All right, everyone. Well, welcome back to Hoop to Holler with Dylan Walrus, aka the B-Ball Study Hall. We have our biggest group to date here on with us today. We have members of what we like to call the Fellowship. We got our gentleman down there in New Orleans, Mardi Gras Bob. Nice to see you, Bob. We got our other OG out there in the Garden State, New Jersey, Mitch. How you doing, man? And then last but certainly not least, the great Greek.
How's it going?
In our group, we got K9, Florida. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome into the B-Ball Study Hall. Yo.
Yeah, we need
awesome to have you guys on with us today.
Yeah, great to have you guys. That's awesome. And speaking of that, Wally is our local resident Hawaiian. He was out surfing, had those walrus tusks going. He got about a 20-minute surfing, and now he's here with us, so we're happy to go. But let's get it rolling. What I want to ask, I want to ask that Greek god, open us up. So tanking has been a big issue. Talk to me about Giannis, dude. You're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. The dude wants to play. As the Bucks win, it might not help you. They lost the other night with him anyway, so maybe it doesn't matter. But how are you feeling? Give us the Giannis quick update.
Well, you figure the first game back, they're not going to let him play, a full game. He's going to be on a minute restriction. But even if he wasn't on a minute restriction, it did not look good.
No.
I don't think they built a good supporting cast around Yanni with this current team like they have in the past. I almost feel like it's just kind of stupid having him play right now. I mean, if they know he's going to stay, that's one thing. If they know he's going to leave, that's one thing. He's risking injury. He's had calf issues. Obviously, we've seen what that's been recently in the NBA. So it's somewhat a scary thing, and it's a loaded draft. So if you do lose out, you get one of them top picks. If you keep Giannis, then you'll have a good young rookie to put on the lineup with him. If not, I don't know. It's a weird situation. I honestly don't know what the Bucks are doing, to be honest.
That's what I feel a little bit too, K9. It's like I think they're trying to scratch his itch that the dude wants to play and he's committed to playing. But the truth is, it's a really strange thing because they have the lesser of a pick swap with Bobby's New Orleans Pellies. However, that Derek Queen trade sends that pick to Atlanta. So short story, Atlanta gets the best pick, and the Bucks get the worst pick out of the Bucks and New Orleans. Which, if that isn't confusing enough, then the more confusing thing is like basically if you play Giannis and you win, there's still a shot you could squeeze into that 10 spot and maybe get into the play-in and maybe make a run, and that's what he might want. But he's not healthy. Right. You don't have a good supporting cast. It's not a good team, and you're kind of incentivized to lose to try and get a better pick. So it's bonkers to me. I don't know how to process it.
Mitch, what do you think? Should the Bucks be playing Giannis right now or no?
If he wants to play. You got to see what you have. This thing with the tanking, I think to get rid of it, it's just 2 ping pong balls for every team that's not in the playoffs.
2 ping pong balls. Yeah, I mean, like Mitch has a good point. Like at the end of the day, none of us want tanking. We want him to play. So I'm kind of respecting that Giannis wants to play, but it's just stupid for the big picture of what they want to do. So I don't know.
He wants to talk too much. They got him a championship.
Yeah.
Look what they gave up. Look what they gave for Demon. His name's from Paul.
For Lillard. Yeah, Lillard.
Yeah. He's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah, pay him and stretch him to go away.
Bob, what do you think? Should they be playing Giannis right now or no?
Well, they shouldn't, but he has such wherewithal in that organization. If he wants to play, he's going to play. And obviously, this guy, he's a basketball player. He wants to play, so they're going to roll him out on the court and rein him in as much as they can. But they're taking a risk.
Taking a big risk. Currently, they're sitting.
It's kind of a. Oh, I'm sorry. What were you going to say, Dylan?
Go ahead, Bobby. Go ahead, Wally. I'll get you after.
No. I'll jump in after that. Where are the Bucks right now?
They're sitting 20.
K9 when he was on Monday said they were 11th.
Yeah, exactly. 26 and 34, but they're 3 games back of Atlanta in that 10 spot. So like in the next probably 4, 5, 6 games, you're going to know if they actually have a tangible shot or not. But then you've missed out on that opportunity to tank all the way bottom to drop that pick. And New Orleans is sitting in the third of the worst in the West. So they're actually winning that tank race. It's kind of weird to say that. But so that pick, again, will go to Atlanta, and then Milwaukee will get stuck with their own pick, which might be in no man's land. That's the point I guess I'm trying to make.
There are different things to consider, Sure. So number one, you obviously, like you were saying, Bob, like if he wants to play, you kind of need to play the guy, right? And in terms of like getting butts in the seats, like that's a real practical thing,
that's
right? You got to be, you have to have fidelity for your fans, right? And also if they're looking to keep the guy, which, at the moment, certainly, I mean, they were entertaining offers by the trade deadline. There's no doubt about that. Minnesota, right, made a real run at him. But maybe they've thought to themselves, look, we put out feelers. We saw what we might be able to get for him at the moment. Nothing, that satisfies us. So let's perhaps try to regroup here. And then obviously when it comes to him, if he wants to get traded to a favorable place, that place is going to have to send enough to Milwaukee to have them close the deal. And that's going to require him to be looking pretty good, especially healthy. Right.
Yeah.
So it's just like there are multiple things that are going on in that situation right now. Let's go ahead and move on to another topic here with our gentleman from the Crescent City. All right, Bob, you have your New Orleans Hornets. They played my Lakers last night. The Lakers won.
The Hornets are playing good there, Wally. The Hornets are another conversation, but it's Pelicans we can talk about.
New Orleans used to be the Hornets.
It used to be the Hornets.
Then they sold the name back to
New Orleans would like to have the Hornets right now. That's for sure.
He's still surfing out there
Pelicans.
on that board. The Pelicans.
What are your thoughts right now about the Pelicans, Bob? This is your account.
They're inept. I don't even think they're trying to tank. I think they're just that bad.
He's right.
And they're trying to win, which is even, I mean, talk about pathos. How sad is that? And then you got, our premier player, Stephen A. Smith, went on his rant about the Pelicans and Zion in particular. The dude's a fat guy, and he lives in the fattest city in America. And I mean, if you fall down in this town, you hit your head on a full bucket of Popeye's spicy.
I want to fall.
So I mean, he's fallen quite a bit apparently.
Bob, as you say that,
Mitch, do they have Popeyes in New Jersey, Mitch?
Yeah, you got to stick that gun out.
Popeyes in New Jersey. Wait a
second,
just really quick. Do they have Popeyes in New Jersey?
Yep.
Yeah. What about down there in Florida, K9?
Yeah, they do. There's one close to my house.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
The biscuits.
He looked pretty good last night, Bob. He
looks
pretty good
spot.
last night, Mr.
It's like Tantalus pushing the rock. That's not Tantalus. Tantalus reaching for the grasp. He's like right there. He's gonna break through.
Yeah, that's a pretty big rock when it falls back down the mountain. That's for sure. Let's go around the horn real quick here. Mitch, particularly when it comes to Zion Williamson, but maybe just generally the New Orleans Pelicans, the Bird. What are your thoughts about that? Should you have any?
Oh, with Zion?
Zion. Let's talk specific about him.
First of all, how about with these names? Some of these teams keep their names, and some you can't say the Oilers should
He's not wrong. He's not wrong about this.
The Senators, they couldn't use a name. They called it the Nationals. And the two worst names, I think, is the Commanders and the Clippers. Not so much the Clippers, but the emblem. They took out the LAC and they got a battleship.
I mean, it is a ship, though, Mitch.
To be a bigger blast.
I know the worst name. I know the worst name, and you know what's coming.
Of course.
It's Latter-day Saint Jazz.
Of course.
They can't even play jazz in Salt Lake City. So when the original owner moved it, Sam Battistone, bastard, he offered the name back. He offered it. He offered the name back in a faux offer for like $1 zillion, and you can have the name back. And the city was like, no, we can't afford that. He goes, well, I offered.
Wash his hands. Well,
K9, what are your thoughts, K9, about Zion and the Pelicans?
It's a weird spot, man. I was a huge Zion fan when he was at Duke, and him coming out, I know he was a little overweight, but it makes sense. When you come from a struggle background and you start getting some money around you, a food addiction is very common. I've honestly lived it. I got up to like 220 pounds. I was like 120 pounds at one time. So once you start making some money and you've had a background of struggling a little bit, I understand it completely. So I understand where Zion's coming from with that. But he definitely needs to lose the weight. He's in the NBA. He's not me that's, cutting grass for a living. It's more of a priority for him, obviously. I'm not trying to give him an excuse, but he definitely needs to lose some weight, and it'll help with the injury issues for sure because he plays hard. And when you play that hard, you can't be that overweight. So he definitely needs to lose weight, but it's going to be hard on him, it seems.
He distracts himself with other distractions in New Orleans too.
Yes,
apart from
he
food.
does.
Well, I'm thinking
allegedly.
Wally, I'm thinking back that Duke block in
You
the
can count
corner.
the kids, man. There ain't no allegedly.
That Duke block in the corner where he jumps. Remember this K9 where he comes from
Yeah.
like the lane and goes out there and block. Like he was the freak that we thought that Wemby has turned into. I mean, he was the dude where like, oh my God,
And
what's
then
this
when
guy
he
gonna do?
busted out of the shoe, remember he broke the
Correct.
shoe?
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. And to Bob's point, they're 6-4 in their last 10. So they are trying to win games. And when he's healthy, he can impact winning. I think he's got to get out of there though. He needs a fresh start for all the reasons.
Yeah.
For falling on
They
the
need-
Popeyes
they-
chicken, for whatever
They
it
need to
is, you know?
start an NBA team in Canyon Ranch at that resort where you get in shape and eat vegan and tofuti all day long. If they had an NBA team there, he could do it.
Charles Barkley gave him the best advice from day one. He said he had an eating issue as well. You know, and Moses told him, dude, you're fat. I mean, that's it. Like, and for sure, I think K9's waxing appropriately. Like, there is an addiction portion. Then, like, get the help. Like, where's the counseling? Like, you know, he's a professional athlete.
Right.
You know, we want to see it, right? Like, everybody wants to see. It's just wasted time. Honestly, the through line between Giannis and Zion to me is like you're wasting this God-given talent and not getting to play playoff basketball, meaningful playoff basketball. It kind of sucks.
I saw Barkley last night. Barkley needs to dial his Ozempic back because he looks like Chris. He looks like
Walrus,
David Byrne.
Tell him, Walrus.
Looks like David Byrne wearing the big suit. Stop
Walrus,
making sense.
Walrus has the perfect quote here. Tell him, Walrus.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I like Dylan has a couple of times. What can I say here? I tagged inside the NBA, posted something, and they put it on the show. And what was really funny was that Chuck goes, "I wouldn't let anyone call me Walrus." And he goes, "I wonder what Walrus looks like." And then Shaq in that deep voice goes, "You used to be a walrus, but now you're a hamster."
Because of the Ozempic dialed back, Bobby. So you called it, dude.
Amazing.
You called it. Yeah.
All right, let's move on to what we were really
back.
looking to talk about here, Dylan. All right, and obviously we want our fellow fellowships here to talk about as well. So, you know, the MVP race, you know, that obviously in terms of awards that gets top billing, but this rookie of the year race between Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple, in my memory, is as good as we've had in a long time.
100%.
I cannot think about one recently that is going to be this razor thin, right? And that 65 game threshold apparently might be playing a role as well, depending on how Flagg can, you know, maintain being above board on that. What do we think about that? Let's go.
I think you should start. Let's start with you,
want
Wally.
me to start?
Yeah, you have to start. Yeah.
I respect the OGs. Let's go ahead and start with Mitch over there. So Mitch, right now, as best as you know and can say, between Cooper Flagg, Con Knipple, if you would be the one to decide who's going to be rookie of the year, which of those two would you go with and why?
I go with Flay.
Why?
He's played multiple positions. I think he's got more injured teammates that might help, and that's why Dallas might be who knows, maybe they might get the number one pick in this coming draft.
21-40. Yep.
It looks like the Hornets going to make the playoffs in a weaker conference. Dallas, whenever Kyrie comes, if they have Kyrie come back next year, that's going to be some team if they get a top 10 pick.
So performing on a bad team.
Why not co-rookie of the year?
Yeah, they did that with Grant Hill, Jason Kidd back in the day.
Jason Kidd, 95. That's exactly right.
That's a rarity. That's
So
30
Flagg.
years. 31.
All right, so Mitch is planning his flag in the Cooper Flagg choice.
Put a Mitch flag on that.
Put Mitch Flagg on that. Bob, who would you go with right now, Flagg or Knipple?
Oh, it's Flagg. They've put a whole team on a 19-year-old kid's back who's playing out of position and he's playing well. I mean, for me, that's the thing. He's playing playing point guard, for God's sakes, which he is capable of, but he's not a point guard.
Right.
So they're kind of fitting a square peg in a round hole with him, and he's still excelling. So I think just for that fact, and Knipple's on a better team. Not that should penalize you, but he's got less on his mind than Cooper Flagg does when they take the court for their respective teams. Flagg's got a lot on his plate, and he's managed it well.
Kanan, what are you thinking, Flagg or Knipple?
Oh man, this one's close. This is a very tough
It
question.
is close. That's what makes it great.
It is. I mean, look, when Knipple won the Summer League MVP, I watched the Summer League religiously. I love the Summer League. I'm a huge fan of it. I fell in love. Listen, this dude is like
that
perfect.
pasty Wisconsin skin did it for you, K9?
You guys know what I
Okay.
mean, obviously.
Okay.
You guys know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
He
Yeah,
just
you're a
it
fan.
plays he plays the way that I just love watching him play.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a great 3-point shot. You know, he's out there playing hard. He hustles up and down
Connects.
the
Nice,
floor.
Bob.
He set the 3-point record, you know, with what, like 25 games
And
left, first
counting.
time
Yeah,
rookie in
exactly.
history, and counting. And I really don't think Charlotte. I mean, you look back to last year, Charlotte was pretty much a dumpster fire, and
it.
it seems like they've improved a lot. And I think he's a big reason why. But it is so close with him and Flag, because I love Flag too. You know, obviously, no homo. I love them both, but
Don't have to
I've
say
never-
But
that.
I
all
haven't
the
heard that in a
love
long
for
time.
these young men.
And I teach
All
middle
the
school.
love for
I
these
haven't
young
heard that in
men.
a long time.
I would go
All right.
con. I would go con. I'll go
Yeah.
con.
Go
with it.
con. All right. Dylan,
want
you want
to-
me to go or you want to go? And I'll
You
finish?
take it. You take it, Wally,
All
and then
right.
I'll decide. You take it.
I right now, if I had to pick, razor thin, but I would go with Knipple right now. And I would go with Knipple right now for a couple reasons. Number one, sorry, availability is the greatest ability. Okay. And he's
Amen.
been staying
Like
on the
showing
court.
up for these. Yep.
He's putting up numbers just like Flag. The fact that he, like you said, K9 has whatever now, 20 plus games to continue to stack up that perhaps will be an insurmountable 3-point record for rookies, right? But also, yeah, Charlotte is the better team, but we're talking about the Charlotte Hornets, okay? The Dallas Mavericks, yes, they have had their ridiculous year plus with what just happened, right? With, you know, the Luka trade, lucking into Cooper Flag.
1.75%.
But that is a championship. Yeah, I mean, you know, that we'll save that for another day. But that is a championship organization, right? At least they have a track record. Charlotte is terrible. Like not, you know, like just sniffing the playoffs once or twice in the past whatever amount of years. So yeah, despite the fact that yes, obviously, you know, that is a nice young five that they have with Knipple, you know, LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, Mikal Bridges,
and the Moose.
The Moose, right? Am I leaving? Anyway, so yeah, Mbate, right? But those four, right? But despite the fact that the roster is better, the fact that they now are putting that franchise in a position to look respectable, I don't know, like that. I give them a lot and him a lot of credit for that. I think he's been a bit of a catalyst. Like, you know, they have Brandon Miller and Mikal Bridges and LaMelo Ball. Yes, he was hurt last year, but what's the difference between last year
Miles
and
Bridges?
this year?
Miles Bridges.
Excuse me.
You're good. You're all good.
Excuse
You're
me.
good.
Went a bridge too far. Okay, but
Can't running over those bridges.
He for me has been the catalyst on this team. So I could go either way. I would not be upset, you know, with either of these two guys winning Rookie of the Year. But right now, as of March 4th, 2026, at 3:54 Pacific Standard Time, I would be going with Con Knipple. All right, Captain.
That's 2-2.
Beach Walrus. What do you got between?
We got
these
2-2. We got 2-2. And
break that tie.
Yeah, I respect my elders, and everything they said was accurate. So, you know, Bobby, Mitty, you're not wrong. You know, having to play point guard when you're the only dude and you're playing on this beat up team, that's a heavy burden. In the first half of the season, Cooper showed you everything. He plays better defense. He hits the boards a little bit better. His scoring is slightly superior. But I got to say this. With some walleye tusks coming out, it's Knip. The connection of the nip to nip, the K nip, the con can. This dude is he is the connective tissue that is the future of basketball. He's a winning player, and you know why he gets it? He has made LaMelo Ball a winning basketball player. They, as of today, are a 500 team, which I know is not saying much, but yeah, when you think back to Alonzo Mourning, LJ, Grandmama, Muggsy Bogues as the last Hornets to mean anything, this is a big deal. And the reason they're better is because of him, because he does everything. He can attack. The shooting is unprecedented. He plays stand-up defense. He can create. When Cooper Flag went down for Duke, the Nip jumped in, and he was the number one on that team, and they didn't skip a beat. And it's crazy to think these are roommates, right?
Exactly. I was just about to say that.
Yeah, they're
How
roommates.
incredible.
Like, yeah, and so I think this is what I would say is this is the most shocking Rookie of the Year race, because Knipple fell to 4, and he was even when he was snagged at 4. Some people were saying like, "Oh, I don't know, that's kind of high." He might be a perpetual all-star. We'll see, but he is a winning player on the Charlotte Hornets, and that is the team out of the East. I mean, that's what we can move into next, Wally. I want to see Charlotte in playoff basketball. I think if you see them in the first round, they're going to play their butts off, and they're 1 through 5 now has the highest plus minus of any 5 players going in the NBA. And they continue to win. They're 7-3 in their last 10. Like,
Wow.
they are climbing. So I think it's him. So I think he's the rookie of the year.